I'm Catholic and I'm getting married next year. With everything else I have to worry about, why is it important that I have a Catholic wedding?
These days, the sacrament of matrimony, or marriage in the Catholic Church, can raise a lot of questions for a bride and groom-to-be. Everything from, why does it have to be a Catholic wedding? To, why does the Church require marriage preparation? To, why are we talking about children already? We're only just engaged. In this video, we'll attempt to answer those questions. We'll talk about what a marriage in the Catholic Church is all about, and discuss how including God in your marriage can make all the difference.
The vocation of marriage is written in the very nature of man and woman, as they came from the hand of the Creator. Marriage is not purely a human institution.
Catholics describe marriage as a vocation, a call from God to live our lives in a certain way. It's not merely getting an official piece of paper with both your names on it, or the next logical step if you've been dating a while. Marriage is the permanent, faithful, and fruitful union of a man and a woman who have entered into a covenant relationship of love with one another and with God. Our society might easily define marriage as a contract between two people that has conditions and may be terminated under certain circumstances. But for Catholics, the marriage covenant is, as we pray in the wedding ceremony, sealed and strengthened by God and may not be dissolved. The couple pledge unconditional love for the rest of their lives. That's why we say it's for life, or permanent. So a civil marriage, one that doesn't involve the Church, is a very different thing from the sacrament of marriage. So much so that the Church essentially doesn't consider a couple to be really married in that case. We would view a couple that is only civilly married in the same way we would view a boyfriend and girlfriend living together. As Catholics, we're asked to keep God present in every part of our lives, in work, family, activities we do, and choices we make. Why would an important lifelong commitment like marriage be any different?
Why does it take so long to get married in the Catholic Church?
Remember, marriage is a sacrament, so just like communion and confirmation, there needs to be time spent in preparing for it. And, similar to ordination, marriage is a vocation for life. If you were choosing the color of shirt you were going to wear for the rest of your life, or the kind of car you were going to drive, wouldn't you spend some time considering your decision? That's why we want to make sure a couple is well prepared for marriage, to prevent something impulsive or hasty from occurring. Couples wishing to marry in the Catholic Church are usually asked to meet with a priest or someone from the church staff at least 6 to 12 months before the wedding.
What kind of advice can a celibate priest give to a couple about marriage?
Priests get this question a lot, and it would be a fair question if marriage preparation only consisted of a priest telling an engaged couple how best to live their married life. It doesn't. Priests provide a spiritual component of marriage prep, but in most cases, lay people, married couples, are the primary guides in Catholic marriage preparation.
So what exactly is Catholic marriage preparation?
Marriage preparation isn't just some time-consuming, burdensome hoop that the Church makes couples jump through, but rather a tool to help them create a loving, faithful, and lifelong marriage from the very beginning. This process, sometimes called pre-Cana, is a little different in each diocese, but in general will include the spirituality of marriage, reflections on raising children, practical things like finances, communication, and problem solving, and some focus on the benefits of natural family planning. The most important part of this process, however, is preparing the couple to truly mean what they will say during their wedding ceremony. Unlike at Mass, where it's the priest's duty to know and understand the prayers and blessings inside and out, what makes the sacrament of matrimony valid are the promises made by the bride and groom. Have you come here freely and without reservation to give yourselves to each other in marriage? Will you love and honor each other as husband and wife for the rest of your lives? Will you accept children lovingly from God and bring them up according to the law of Christ and His Church? Do you promise to be true to each other in good times and bad, in sickness and health, to love and honor each other all the days of your lives? Do you know what it means to say yes to these questions for life, and can you? Because if not, the sacrament is literally invalid. You are the ministers of the sacrament. It all hangs on you. So that's why it's important to discuss all of these intentions and promises in detail during marriage preparation, so the couple can fully understand what they're committing to and make sure they're both absolutely ready on the day they say, "I do."
What do our future kids have to do with anything? And why does the church even insist we have children?
Remember how we defined marriage? Permanent, faithful, and fruitful love. Here's where the fruitful part comes in. The church teaches that the sacrament of matrimony has two equally important purposes: the uniting of husband and wife through a total gift of self, and the procreating and educating of children born as the fruit of their love.
The couple, while giving themselves to one another, give not just themselves, but also the reality of children, who are a living reflection of their love, a permanent sign of conjugal unity, and a living and inseparable synthesis of their being a father and a mother.
It's not just about two people. It's about the family those two will create together. A husband and wife are asked to openly accept and welcome children into their lives, thus becoming a family. In fact, this is a requirement for a Catholic marriage. If an engaged couple won't even consider having children, they cannot celebrate the Catholic sacrament of matrimony. Why? Because marriage is about selfless love. When a couple becomes parents, they are then truly at the service of others. An important and rewarding part of this sacrament is two parents handing their moral, spiritual, and faith life over to their children. It's what we refer to as the domestic church. In other words, faith begins at home.
Wait, I have more questions.
We'll answer more common questions about Catholic marriage in another Sacraments 101 video. But for now, the most important thing to remember is that the sacrament of matrimony is a sacred bond that mirrors the unconditional and everlasting love that God has for all His creation.